A smoky haze has settled along the horizon. Where does it come from and how long is it supposed to last? And here on News 10 today, the Battle of the Badges blood drive continues today. Your chance to be a real hero. And here on News 10 Thursday, a reported burglary and citizen tips led to a string of arrests in city limits this week. News 10 today begins now.
From the News 10 Broadcast Center, this is News 10 Today with Lori Gilbert.
Welcome to Thursday. Plenty of sunshine in the forecast leading into the weekend. We'll see daytime highs ranging in the upper 80s and low 90s. We'll find out more about that in this morning's forecast. Thanks for joining us for News 10 Today. Well, topping this report, police in Elko followed a burglary report and citizen tips to a series of arrests that netted suspected drugs, stolen property, and may have uncovered a crime before it was reported. Lieutenant Tyler Troughton said Wednesday's events began with the arrest of 27-year-old suspect Zachary Morse on suspicion of burglary, domestic violence, and related counts.
We had a burglary at a residence. It was one where the husband was not living at the residence, yet came over to steal some stuff, kind of a vindictive situation, which resulted in his arrest. In trying to recover the property and tracking down where the property went from that burglary, we were brought onto this West Fur address, 300 block of West Fur, and we had some surveillance going on and so forth. One of the subjects that we were interested in had left the residence. We knew that he had a warrant. That would be Mr. Tognorelli. When the officers went to stop him away from the residence, he first was not going to stop, and then once he did stop, he took off on foot running. He was quickly caught. About half a block a run is all the farther he got, and while he's running away, he tried to throw away a couple checkbooks that just today we find actually returned to another victim we're not sure we even have a report on. An elderly person who's moved out of the area is in a home. However, her house is being used, and several of these folks who are involved in drugs and theft and so forth have been staying at that home and helped themselves to her checkbooks. A second subject in the truck, Justin Bowman, was also arrested. He had a probation issue, and his officers wanted to have him held. Shortly thereafter, the officers went to serve a search warrant on the residence. Just before they got there, the other resident left that, which would be Dion Ledford, and she was stopped, voluntarily came back to the house, and was subsequently arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia and counts of possession of stolen property, which included some of the property from this initial burglary.
That smoky haze in the air is drifting in from neighboring regions where wildfires are churning through range and forest. National Weather Service Office meteorologist Bill Turner said we should see an improvement by the weekend, and it's important to be careful with anything that could spark a fire. Hot, dry weather is continuing.
The smoky skies have been caused by a lot of fires to the northwest of us, mostly in the Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Down here in Nevada, our two biggest fires are the Cold Springs fire, which is continuing from Austin to Fallon out there west of us in western Nevada. They estimate that should be contained in about 2 days. And also the Clearwater complex, that's one of the bigger fires up in Idaho. That's burned about 75,000 acres so far and continues to be out of control. A lot of our smoke that we're seeing, the smoke and haze in Nevada, is being imported from that fire up there in Idaho. The smoke is here to stay for a couple more days. We continue with the northwest flow that'll pull that smoke in from the Pacific Northwest. Now, as we get through the weekend, we go more to a southwest flow, and you're thinking, oh, it doesn't make much of a difference, but that's going to start pulling in some somewhat cleaner air from California. There's still some fires in California too, but not as bad as the Pacific Northwest, so we should see some improvement in the haze and visibility by this weekend. Obviously, lightning is one of the main causes of wildfires at this time of year across the Great Basin, but there are some man-made causes as well. For example, the obvious one, cigarette butts. If you throw your cigarette out the window this time of year, you're asking for trouble. One a lot of folks don't think about is the catalytic converter. The bottom part of your car gets very hot, and if you're driving through some grass or sagebrush, you can create a fire in a big hurry too, so be careful of that. It only takes one spark to get a fire going.
United Blood Services continues the Elko Community Battle of the Badges blood drive. Aaron Goff explains this friendly competition is where you can roll up your sleeves for a life-saving cause.
Well, we're having a blood drive. It's called Battle of the Badges Community Blood Drive, and it's a friendly competition between the local law enforcement and the local fire protection in Elko County. And we're encouraging all the community to come out and kind of pick a side for this. And whoever gets the most donations from the community is going to get a trophy and some bragging rights for a little while on this event. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be here 8 to 2 on Thursday, and we hope everyone can come out and see us. We're still in summer. And so the schools have not started back, and we're not doing the high school blood drives right now. So they attribute to about 25% of our blood that we collect during the school months. So summer months are very difficult because we don't have that donor base to collect from. So these community drives are very, very vital to us. Every donation can save up to 3 lives depending on what process you donate with. And that's very important when you think about your neighbor may be someone who needs blood or has needed blood in the past, and it's just giving back to the community and helping local patients. We hope that people can make it out on Thursday from 8 to 2 to come see us and join in the fun and the Battle of the Badges. All donors get a t-shirt for this event. So.
Well, still to come here on News 10 this morning, we'll be visiting in studio with Elko City Manager Curtis Calder with a preview of upcoming City Council agenda items. Thanks for watching News 10 this morning.